All righty, y'all. You're back again in the Watch for the Hook YouTube channel.
What?
It's Michael Parker.
This isn't just YouTube.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
Podcast.
It's the
You
YouTube
always
and the
janking
podcast.
up stuff.
Child, hey.
What would you do without me keeping you crisp?
Cheers to that.
Hey.
Michael Parker with the lovely.
Tatiana Parker, y'all.
Hey, all righty, y'all. We are here today to talk about the uncomfortable conversations. Man, they suck too sometimes. They just keep it a buck.
They are awful. They're exhausting. They make you want to stop. They make you want to throw the towel in, wave the white flag, just any of that.
But they have to be had.
They do. And if you can actually withstand that conversation and
Thick skin.
oh gosh, super thick skin. But if you can make it through it, you can you'll be okay. If you can come out on the other side.
Yeah. One thing I always told my wife, one thing I learned about being in the business, you got to check your ego at the door.
Yeah.
Because everything you do is not going to work.
Nope.
It's not going to give you 100%. It's not going to give you your return on your investment. You know what it's going to give you? Some headaches.
Yeah.
And some heartache. And some pocket aches.
Oof. That's the worst right there.
Somebody dipped in my pocket.
Yeah, but honestly, the uncomfortable conversations can come from it can come, from more than one route. It isn't necessarily that you talk to someone and they made you check your ego again. It could be somebody giving you feedback that you need to hear. It's just uncomfortable.
You better watch for the hook, girl. Sound like you got hit with a hook.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it snuck you. You didn't see it coming.
No.
I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready.
No, it's bad. So it makes your energy level real low.
And one thing about this, being in business, you have to know it's dips and valleys, bumps and dumps and all this other stuff in the business world. And it's just more like your personal world too. You're like, I am giving this thing my all, and I'm getting what in return?
Nothing. Crickets. Feedback you don't want. Feedback that's not warranted but is needed. Feedback that ain't what you want to hear.
And let me tell you, the best news you can get is criticism.
It is. It's not the best felt.
No. I ain't ask how you feel. See, that's one thing
it's
we got to learn.
It's not the best felt, but
that's one thing we had to learn. You got to put them feelings somewhere else.
Yeah, that comes back to that checking your ego at the door.
Yeah. You got to put your feelings aside because at the end of the day, you are a business entity.
Yeah.
And entities do what? They have to do what they need to do to survive.
They do.
And so that's when you have to make hard, tough, uncomfortable decisions.
And even with that, those uncomfortable conversations can come at a price too. And I'll be real transparent, child. We just had an uncomfortable conversation this morning. And when I'm tired.
She's mentally drained.
I am mentally drained. I need a nap. I need a Snicker IV. I need a Coke. All of them products.
Yeah, but we recording to get y'all the real, raw, and the uncut.
I'm tired.
That's why it's called the Watch for the Hook podcast.
I am literally exhausted because you can go into something anticipating one thing or expecting one thing to happen. And then before you know it, you in there just getting slapped around.
Hey. Tatiana said she thought a Mississippi pimp got a hold of her today.
Ooh, child.
All I caught was backhand.
Yeah. It was continual backhands. Just one after another after another. I'm stressed out.
But let us not give you all the negative. Let me give y'all some positive. The positive we got from that is that we are on a track to something amazing.
We're on the right track, yeah.
The track just bumpy as shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's just them conversations can happen about anything.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the whole point of us having these conversations.
Yeah.
Is like, we sitting up here talking about it, not because we heard about it. We were told about it. No, we live it.
We lived it every day.
We live it.
We live this.
We live it. Present tense.
Yes.
Right now, we live it.
And we're giving y'all the present tense of how business goes. You know, it's not gonna flow easy.
No,
it's not gonna
every day.
flow fun for you. It's gonna be some days you're like, man, I heard this, I was shown this, or I lived this, and you're like, whew.
Yeah.
I didn't know it looked, felt, or was going like that.
Yeah, and those UCs,
Yeah.
as I call them, those UCs, like
UC?
sometimes they cost. Okay, I mean they cost. I mean it literally costs. It can be something you just did that you thought was better than sliced bread, and it's like, oh, that was cute, but what?
Your bread don't taste good.
It didn't rise.
Yep, your flour didn't settle right.
Didn't rise. That's in the form of anything. I don't care if you're trying to produce something, you're trying to get a graphic created, you're trying to set up or join a new express checkout integration into the back side of your website. Like, it's just uncomfortable. Like, anytime it doesn't go the way you think it should go or how you want it to go.
You see unicorns and rainbows. And I don't mean you, like, I'm just saying you.
Yeah.
You as the person that has started a bad business, you will see unicorns and rainbows.
Yeah.
Some people see a pile of shit. Let's just keep it a buck. And hey, somebody might say, all I see is a pile of shit over there with them too.
Or they don't even see it.
They don't even see it.
They don't even see it.
But that's an uncomfortable conversation you got to have because you're not going to appeal to everybody. There's no business model that has a 100% clientele approved rating. No. I don't care. All these billionaire, multi-billion moguls, they businesses have negative response.
It's just there because it's going to happen. Like, that's literally what it is.
And these uncomfortable conversations are just a part of life. They have to be had. You don't get to be around them.
You have to take them in the form of growth.
Yeah.
It's part of your evolution.
Yeah, and you can have uncomfortable conversations with your family, your friends, spouse, business partner, business investor, customers, potential customers.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Clients, partners.
Anybody.
Employees.
Yeah. You're going to have those uncomfortable conversations. And what you got to do is you got to learn from those uncomfortable conversations because what we've learned is, and we're going to still learn and always continue to learn, is that you are not perfect.
No, you're not.
None of it's perfect.
No, you're not.
There's
always room for growth and growing.
I got it. And I got it. And 2 weeks later, you're like, damn, I didn't get it.
Nope.
I don't got it.
Nope.
Or maybe it was 2 hours later.
Or
2 minutes later.
Yeah.
2 seconds later. You solved the equation and you turned around and realized you wrote the formula wrong.
Ooh, child. Because that formula can no longer be replicated or duplicated. If you can't go back and do it again, it ain't working.
But if you wrote it wrong, it was never right from the beginning.
Exactly.
So you need to trash that formula.
Trash it.
And then what happens? You start over.
You start over. Miss
Parker felt like I think she got to start over today. She
child.
Am I starting all the way back over?
Ooh, I'm telling you, I'm like exhausted.
No.
I am mentally. I need a nap.
I know, but you can't nap because you got kids and they got practice and stuff later on today. So we don't get no rest for the weary. And what we've learned is, and like I say, just continue to learn, is that you're gonna have to be tough.
Tougher than tough.
Yeah, being an entrepreneur is not for the faint of heart.
Nope.
And it's not for the closed-minded or the hard of hearing.
But if it's something you really have a passion for and you desire, you will get through it. You will keep moving. You will not take those hard no's or those uncomfortable conversations as your hard stop.
Yeah.
You won't take it as that. You'll keep going.
Because 1,000 no's will equal out to the one yes.
Yeah, all you need is one. What you used to tell me all the time?
Just need one.
All you need is one yes.
Just need one yes. All you need is one. You can get 1,000,000 no's. You just need that one yes. Yeah. And what does it? It resets everything.
Yeah.
You hit the reset button for that one yes. And so, that's what we're just trying to get people to understand, that in business, you will have to have these uncomfortable conversations.
You're not going to get around them.
Yep.
You're not going to get around them.
Not at all.
You're not going to get away from them. But you know what? You can get through them.
Yep. You can always get through them.
You can get through them.
And especially got a partner like me and my wife, you're going to get through them. Now, sometimes I got to pull her, and then sometimes, I'm going to tell you, loudly, I'll be thinking that, but she be pulling my big ass.
I don't know. Today you pulling me because I'm over here like, whoo.
Well, we're going to pull each other. We're going to pull each other. But, yeah, sometimes it just sucks. You like, I got it. I got it figured out. Bells and whistles, explosion, fireworks. And you sit back down and you like.
You get that one word. You sum it up. Trash.
Damn. That was the prettiest glitterified trash.
Yeah, it was it was an expensive trash too.
Oh, okay. And it's non-recyclable, which means it's going to the landfill.
Ain't no upcycle to it.
Ain't no upcycle. only thing you can do is send it to the landfill.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, those things are gonna happen. I'm gonna eventually, probably in the next 30 seconds, stop wallowing in my own.
You'll get over it.
Maybe in about 30 seconds, I'll stop wallowing
in my own self-pity.
Yeah.
I pity the fool in my Mr. T voice.
Yeah.
Don't pity yourself.
I'm going to get over it because I'm sitting up here telling you why you shouldn't even get to this point, okay?
Because I'm going to tell you, I tell all the time, it's people that wish they had our problems. It's a business owner or it's a person that wants to own a business that says, I wish I had job problems. I wish I had a business that was already started up and running. My business is still in my head.
Yeah.
I wish I had your problems. So that's one of the things I try to make sure we realize is that you can't get down in the dumps when you're still pushing forward. You don't get stuck in hell because it's hot.
Yeah.
Get out of that and get to something better.
Yeah.
Like when the going gets tough, they say tough get going. So if you in this bad spot, don't stop in the bad spot because I'm telling you, you got to have an uncomfortable conversation with whomever going to listen, maybe your damn self.
Maybe the mirror.
It may just be the mirror. You talking to the person in the mirror, you tell the person in the mirror, we got to move.
Yeah, we got to keep
this shit right here sucks.
Yep.
And you can't stay there.
Nope.
And that's a very uncomfortable conversation to have.
It is.
Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to check somebody. The accountant, the banker,
yourself,
employee, somebody got to get a check.
Somebody gonna have to hear about it.
Yes, somebody got to get this. I am not satisfied.
Yep.
I am not happy.
And some changes are gonna have to be made.
And how do we fix this right here?
And at your expense too.
Oh yeah. Progress is never free.
Nope.
Why do you think they put the sign on? They say, "Pardon my progress" or "Pardon our progress," because they spending money.
Yep.
If they inconveniencing you, but progress is not free.
But at the end of progress, you should see profit.
Oh yeah, that's why the two P's go together.
Yeah.
Yeah, profit and progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't got no choice. If you progressing and you finish the progress part and you're not profiting, then you need to go back and check your progress.
You sure do.
Because you may not have moved.
Yeah, it may not have been as in detail as you needed it to be, or it should have been, in depth, anything.
You might have thought you made it a mile and you only went an inch.
Yeah.
And that comes back to the uncomfortable conversation that you have. Be like, I thought this was more. I thought I did great.
Or what about that conversation of, I thought I was done, but you still getting pushed. You like, ooh, child, I'm tired.
You thought you was at the finish line, but they moved it.
They moved it.
Or maybe you moved it. Or maybe you were told to move it. Oh, you thought you was finished.
Well, that's what we were talking about that other time, that catalyst.
Oh, yeah.
That pushing you to greatness.
Oh, yeah.
Because not everybody can be pushed.
Oh, yeah.
Some people, you might get to the end and there's no more pushing for them. So take pushing as progress, which hopefully leads to profit.
Oh, yeah. Y'all heard that, right? Take pushing as progress to get your profit.
Yeah.
Ooh, you dropped that nugget, girl.
I think I'm a rapper. I'm not.
No. We're not the rappers.
Okay. I might have some bars.
No. We just go to bars. We just go to bars. Leave it alone. Only thing you're rapping is Christmas gifts.
I don't see if I got some bars next
No,
time.
no, you have no bars.
Well,
Zero. You got zero mics.
I'll write my bars down and say them to the mirror.
No.
The mirror, listen.
No, we not making a Corona commercial.
Okay, I got you.
That's incredibly bad.
That commercial's funny.
It was incredibly bad.
I'm sorry. I've gotten off topic.
Yeah, don't be incredibly bad. Be incredible.
You're right.
Yeah, be incredible.
Right.
All right.
You're right.
Yeah, so Ms. Parker,
Yeah.
when we're talking about these uncomfortable conversations,
yeah,
they all don't have to be in a negative connotation, right?
They don't.
No. The uncomfortable conversation you can have in a business is that you can say, we went through this.
Yes.
And look where we are now.
Yes.
And you had an uncomfortable conversation to get to where you are now.
Yeah.
So we want you all to understand, uncomfortable conversations are always not about negatives.
No.
You can have great positives. You have to just be able to want to have that uncomfortable conversation.
Or sometimes, even with our case, we had an uncomfortable situation. Which led us down the path that we're on now. We had a very uncomfortable situation, which caused us to have that conversation.
Oh, yeah. And that conversation was not free.
It was not free.
Yeah, it was not a free conversation.
But that even goes back, honestly, to our brand and our apparel. The hope is with our pieces is that it's conversation starters.
Yes. We don't want, but they say we don't want to get lost in translation.
Don't get lost in translation.
Yeah.
We want you to have someone on that'll spark that conversation.
Exactly. Like, we just out a little while ago.
Yeah.
And I got to think about things differently, t-shirt on.
Yeah.
And it's funny, the range of ages that you can see looking at the apparel, given their little, I was in the grocery store a little while ago, and the older white guy was like, he's like, yeah.
That was an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, I don't know if it was uncomfortable for him or not, but he was like, hey, you son.
He done pointed the thumbs up.
Yeah, he did that, and I was like, whoo. He said he thought about things differently. I don't know what he was talking about,
but that's our messaging, and that's how we hope it impacts people.
Exactly.
Think about it differently.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily think about that uncomfortable conversation as something negative. Think about it as that push for progress.
Think about something that need to be had.
It needs to be had.
Because I'm telling y'all, everything will not be gumdrops and lollipops. That's her saying. She like that. I'm just like, man, I'm just trying not to step in the pile of cow manure.
Cow manure.
Manure, I'm just trying to stay out the shit, as they say, That's it. For me, if you just stay out the shit, you good.
Yeah.
But then you got to turn around and say, well, shit, I ain't made no money today.
Right.
I ain't made no money this week.
Right.
So you got to turn around and look and be like, all right, so where's the hang up? Where are we not doing?
What do I need to change? What do you need to do?
Yeah. And sometimes you get that statement, you're doing too damn much.
Yes.
You're like,
yes.
Ain't like you're doing too much. And I'm like, if I'm doing too much, but I ain't doing enough.
Yeah.
That sounds like an oxymoron. You're doing too much, but you're not doing enough.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out how to do more with less.
Yeah. But still make the biggest impact ever.
Exactly. And so, it gets to the point, even like when you're doing a podcast, you're like, what's your numbers?
Uh-huh.
You know what my numbers are? They are what they are. But we need you all to tune in to get a number, to get numbers.
Yeah.
And that right there was an uncomfortable conversation to have, because you're sitting up there like, hey, y'all out there tune in. Hey, come on, man. We need y'all. And you're like, but shit, we want y'all to listen to us because we feel like we trying to give y'all something for free.
Some nuggets.
That we paid for either in sweat equity or money.
Yeah.
Or time.
Or that's what I was going to say. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Do time.
Yeah.
Some people will waste your time.
Woo, and act like it's free.
Will waste your time.
That's an uncomfortable conversation to have.
Uncomfortable.
Because they'll be like, I need you. For how long?
Yeah.
Oh, let me get back to you. Then they turn around and they're like, I need you tomorrow. And tomorrow is today. How long you need me for today? About 3 hours. Oh, you might have wanted to put me on schedule for that 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But that's your time. And then that turns around to have an uncomfortable conversation where you got to deny them.
Yeah. That's really uncomfortable too, because I hate saying no.
Yeah,
but I've also learned that just off of the conversation, the very uncomfortable conversation we've had, very recent, as in like hours ago.
Yeah.
Myself, even you, need to be more okay with saying no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
I just like using that word, y'all.
You want to waste my time? Hell no.
Or that doesn't really align with what I was thinking in my head.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. You like this looks wonderful. But when it was translated over, it got lost.
Yes.
So now we having this uncomfortable conversation
about how we fix this fuck up.
Because I'm going to have that conversation with you before somebody on the outside have to have it with me.
Because that conversation sucks.
That conversation sucks. And that conversation messes with your profit and your progress. And you being able to even be open-minded enough to be pushed.
Man. Because at that point, you want to quit.
You do. You know what? I think I'm going to have to drop that.
What?
Profit, progress.
Profit.
Push.
Profit affects your progress.
I might go push, profit, progress.
Okay. Push, profit, and progress. PUSH, P and P.
Yep. Yeah.
Push, profit, and progress.
It's a lot. But this was not meant to be an episode of discouragement.
Oh, no.
This was to tell you, this is real life. This happens. This just happened with us. For however long we've been in this game. It happened to us. But we're not taking it negatively. I'm sulking a little bit. Yeah. I'm over here pouty poo pants a little bit. But it's not negative. I'm about to now flip the script and go get my act together and go make these changes that need to be had.
Yeah. Because this is one thing about uncomfortable conversations. You should learn from them.
You better.
And we've seen this in the last, I don't know, guys. You know, social media is one of the biggest things that'll show you. Did you fuck around and find out? Because this is the thing. You ain't got to be a dummy. And some people get lost in translation of the difference between taking a L and losing and taking an L and learning.
Right.
You've got to understand. Any uncomfortable conversation should come with learning. It shouldn't gravitate to you losing.
No.
It should gravitate to you learning. You're going to be like, I'm standing on my moral ground, my principles. Listen, young grasshopper. You got to learn from these uncomfortable conversations. I'm going to be who I'm going to be. You can be who you want to be. You can suck at it too.
Yeah. You cannot evolve.
Exactly.
Be stuck in that same
For your science major is called evolution.
Yeah.
Or adaptation.
Ooh, I like that.
You need to adapt. Yeah. Or you need to evolve.
Yeah, either one.
Both of them require the L word, learning.
And change.
But if you don't learn, you damn sure can't change.
Nope, you're not.
Because you got to learn how to change to deal with what you're dealing with.
You do.
And so that's what we're trying to get everybody to understand is that you've got to take these UCs, as Miss Parker called it.
UCs,
them uncomfortable conversations. Turn them into a LE, a learning experience, and turn them into a profitable solution.
Yeah.
P.S.
That's it. Oh!
Profitable solution. High fives all the way around. Oh, that's for y'all, too.
The girls would say, you're so cringy.
Man, them kids always talking about me like I ain't around.
They sure do. It's pretty funny, y'all.
But all right, Miss Parker.
Yes.
What are we going to sign out with today? Hit them with something, and I'm going to try to see if I can back you up.
Because you know I'm good like that.
Yeah. Come on, girl.
1, push. 2, progress. 3, profit. All of that combined equals what? Uncomfortable conversations.
And I'm going to hit you with this. We have all, I don't know if we are all or whatever, we are the world, we are the children, whatever you want to go. Just know one thing. Closed minds don't survive.
No, they don't.
Closed-minded people don't survive. Closed-minded individuals, closed-minded animals, closed-minded anything. They don't make it. Because they didn't what? They did not adapt. They did not evolve.
Nope.
If you are a business owner, go look up the folks that's not in business and figure out what they didn't do.
Right.
We'll catch y'all next time.